Good morning, and thank you for waking up with Be Sweet, y'all, where we come together to learn how to be sweet to ourselves and others so we can grow in mind, body, and spirit and make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live. And you have no idea how many times I just did that first take, y'all. That was hilarious. Not sure. I'm sure it gave Kay and Barb great confidence that this was going to go really well. So I like to start off by using adjectives to describe my guest. Okay, I love adjectives. It started with me and Hugh because Hugh and I would always write letters to each other, and this is many happy adjectives that we could. So just know that there's not going to be anything but good stuff. So just don't worry about it. I'm going to start with Barb. Okay, Barb, you were fun, gregarious, lively, attentive, loyal, and kind-hearted. Okay, would you agree with that?
I would agree. Okay. And thank you.
Okay.
There could be some others.
Okay. Well, some of these are going to overlap because y'all are quite, and they'll understand why they overlap when we talk about the subject matter. So, Kay, you are loyal, subtly enthusiastic. There's a story there. Kind, compassionate, and very generous. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm really excited about this topic because Barb and Kay have a lot in common. Your biggest thing you have in common is both of you will fall over your feet to help somebody else.
Probably.
In the office. Y'all do. Y'all fall. Both of you do. You fall over your feet to help somebody else. A lot of times you meet people and you have no idea what they've been through in their life. And Barb, for you, the statistics would say that you would not be a successful wife, mother. Mm-hmm. You're a Gigi?
I'm a Gigi.
Gigi. I thought you were a Gigi. She's very proud of it, too. We get to see pictures daily of that baby. Yeah, so cute. So you would not think that Barb would have grown up to be so successful because Barb was raised in foster care. And so you're going to find out in a minute that Kay and Barb have some things in common. I'm going to start with you, Barb, and ask you some questions. And then we're going to go to Kay and talk about some things about what's going on. But I do want to say this. Kay, how long have we known each other?
I've known you since I was 10 years old, so it would have made you about 12.
Wow.
And now we can no longer say how long that is because it makes us sound ancient.
It does. And
awesome. I didn't know that.
We also have in common that we both, our both starter husbands were real good friends and we all used to hang out together. So we have a lot in common. When did you come to our office?
I think like 6 years ago or
6 years
something.
ago. She walked in our office and she was just coming in for just a quick minute, and 2 hours later,
I walk out. My kids are waiting. Is it lunch yet?
Yeah,
when do we get to go to lunch?
Yeah. So I'm very grateful that both of these sweet people are at Beachy Beach Real Estate. So I want to start by asking you a question, Barb. You know, when people hear that you grew up in foster care, they may think they understand what that means. What do you wish people knew about what it means to grow up in foster care? Can you tell me a little bit about that? Maybe some of the good and the bad and how you got there, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. I think the thing it means the most is, obviously there are so many people that have so much love and are willing to open up their homes to you. Mm-hmm. The other side to that is a paycheck for some people. And I think the biggest misconception is, people just are so nice to let you come live with them. So in the very beginning, I always felt like I was imposing, no matter what family I was with. And Lord knows I went to a lot of them. You're never a fit. You never fit. So that's the hardest part is people never look, they go, oh, poor you. But then they're like, oh my gosh. And it's a fantastic thing that someone would open their home to you. But the thing that even the people that open their homes to you don't ever realize is you don't ever feel apart.
How old were you at first when that happened?
11.
And did you have some that were better than others?
My very last one was my keeper.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. You go. You said something very important. You're right. Some people, it's a paycheck. Some people are just out of the kindness and love in their heart. And we know where Kay falls in that category. The person came to talk to us. They asked me questions about Kay. And I said, I think she's crazy to do this, but but I also said, it doesn't surprise me.
Right.
Because Kay has always wanted don't understand this one either. She's always wanted more kids. She's always wanted to stay at home with her kids, all that stuff. So, Kay, tell me why you decided to be a foster parent. And I know it wasn't for the paycheck because you don't even know.
I don't even know.
She still doesn't know if she gets anything. She has no idea.
I love it.
No idea.
No clue. We always opened our home. When the kids were growing up, we had guardianship of another child. We had another one that lived with us, never with guardianship. We just had an open door. My desire to be a foster parent started when we still lived in Mississippi, when my children were very little. The women's group I was part of we went to an orphanage that was there
like
in
a little
Mississippi.
shelter of
Yeah.
sorts.
As we were there and interacting with the children, one of them asked me if I was one of the rich people. And I told her no, because I'm thinking in terms of money and material things. I cried all the way home because I am one of the rich people. I was raised in a home where parents loved me and did the best they knew how to do. I never had any, I guess what you would call childhood trauma in what we think of trauma being now. And that sparked a desire to want to do something for children. Well, my then husband wasn't too interested in that, so it never materialized.
Which is why he's an ex-husband.
Fast forward to now, and, my granddaughter pretty much lives with me. And again, I don't have anything official, but I do sign all her paperwork. If her mom signs something, they go, "Nah, that's not real."
Yeah, that's a
But
forge.
her friend was put into the system just about this time a year ago. And they had asked me then if I could take her in, but Family Services was already involved, and they were getting her moved quickly out of the situation she was in, and so there was no time. And so she has not been in a home, she's been in a group home called Boys Town for all this time. And they were getting ready it wasn't going to work out for her to go back to mom yet. And so they were getting ready to move her to a bigger group home. So the girls asked again if I would be willing to foster her. And I said, absolutely. I can't imagine living as a child. You've lost your home, and now you are one of many in a big group home. And y'all, she opened up a little bit the other day to talk about what it was like in the group home. It was so structured and so not like being at home at all.
No.
At all. Matter of fact, we were talking about doing laundry. So she says, "I do my laundry on Thursdays. That's my day." And I think, baby, you can do laundry at 2:00 in the morning if you want to. I don't.
If you do laundry, you can do it any day you want.
You can do right. And so now, Barb, that brings up a question I want to ask you, because it hurt my heart to think that she doesn't think she fits, that she's not. What do I do? What can I do?
You know what? That was one of my
to
questions.
help
Good job,
her?
Kay.
Yeah.
Good interview.
I'll segue right in. What can I do to make her aware and believe?
Right.
Maybe believe is the thing, that she is part and parcel one of the family.
I don't really know the answer to that, because that is, I guess people don't know that that's kind of one of the emotions you go through. And maybe because I was in so many different foster homes, that's why I ended up feeling that way. And it wasn't that the family, well, the last family, they didn't make me feel that way. I made myself feel that way. I would just take myself and go, y'all go do that. And I would I can't do that. I'm going to go over here, or I'm going to go do this. Or I would just not say anything and leave so they could do what they needed to do as a family. That was my fault. So, I mean, when I graduated from high school, I moved out the day I graduated because I didn't think I could stay. I thought I had graduated and I was done. They never said a word like that. It was all in me. So, I don't know.
That is, I could see Kay's face kind of fall because I know Kay would die. I know I got to take a break in a minute and thank Pepsi and all the wonderful, amazing humans that make this podcast possible. But the thing that I know about Kay that I'm loving her being a foster parent is the fact that she's always been like that. I mean, she literally. And it's so funny that we're such good friends, but she loves all the stuff that mamas do. She loves to cook. She loves to do all the domestic stuff. She loves to make all the little crafts and the things that make you look so impressive to your playmates. I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
I don't either.
I'm terrible. You'll
learn it with the baby.
And I will say one other thing, Barb, about something you said. This may get deep. This may have to be a 2-part. So I didn't grow up in foster care, but I never felt like I belong anywhere. I still don't.
Isn't
still
that
don't.
strange?
I think some of us are just born feeling like we don't actually fit in somewhere. And that's why I read a lot of Brene Brown to figure out where I fit in. And the fact that I don't fit in anywhere, maybe it means I fit in everywhere. I don't know. That's what I'm choosing to optimistically believe.
Too.
Hey, Barb, hand me that Pepsi, please.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate your assistance. Appreciate your interviewing assistance, too. I love it. This is what happens when you have friends in your podcast. Okay. So, Pepsi, thank you very much, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, for sponsoring Be Sweet, y'all. I really appreciate you caring for us and making this possible and helping me pay my bills. I really love it. Holiday Beach Mechanical, I have mixed emotions about you because I can't figure out if I write you more checks or you write me more checks because they take care of everything.
Yeah.
Plumbing, electrical, air conditioning, all that stuff. And this is a good time for me to say this to y'all so y'all can be on the lookout. We're trying to find them more high-end rental homes for their rental department.
Oh,
because they're bougie. Okay. They do the fancy ones. They only do the ones that bring in high dollar because they really like to be very niche, whatever you want to say it, and take care of people very boutique-y like, So they're wanting to get more rentals. So y'all think about that since y'all are both agents, and I think they're willing to give us a little dime or two. So that's kind of cool. So thank Holiday Beach Mechanical for being such a sweet sponsor. And I will have to take y'all in the kitchen after this and show you that I now have cabinets.
Yay.
And I have walls.
Saw that.
They're not painted.
But they're there.
They're there. And the cabinets are not finished. And I'm having a hard time figuring out, how do you put a junk drawer back together?
Maybe it's a good time to clean it out.
Yeah, I know. I got this junk drawer and I'm going, how do you effectively do a new junk drawer? I don't know. So, Barb, ask me why my outfit's so cute.
Why is your outfit so cute?
Because I got it from Gypsy Willow.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Isn't it cute?
Of course you did.
So I get my little bangles.
I have mine on too.
Oh, cool.
Look.
That's cute. Yeah, I've got my little cute little bang. We got Kay. We gotta join
the bangle.
Join the bangle group.
We gotta bangle you up, baby. So Gypsy Willow's really sweet, and they're great sponsors, and so is Amore Boutique, and I really appreciate it. I'm thankful for these people that make this happen. So back to what we were talking about, you ask a very important question though, and you really just, what are some of the things that Kay could do that maybe if you went back in time that would have possibly made you feel better? Did they get you therapy?
No, that was not a thing.
Okay.
But
and it is in the works with us.
I
love it.
Maybe that's a thing. I think more, see, at the time it was a single mom. Her husband had passed away. My sister Barbie, my foster sister, was younger than all her other siblings by like 10 years. She was a oopsie. And so it was just her and her mom for the longest time. And then I come in, and then all the older children, it was just harder. But I think in general, just being a little more sit down together more often. I was always in sports and always running. And again, it's more me because I ran from anybody that tried to get close to me. You were off limits. I think she's probably a totally different personality, but just making her feel needed in your home. Like, what can I do to be a part of this house? So
you know what's funny about what Barb just said that I find very confusing, and I bet you do too, Kay. Again, I said that statistically, you should be different because you are like super loving, very warm, very huggy, just super, super warm. And you have built an amazing family for your family, which that's kind of contradictory because many times you repeat the patterns. And of course, I was reading through the statistics, and most of the kids in foster care, I'm talking by and large, are there because of addiction.
Yeah.
By and large. And you know what the number one addiction is? The number one drug addiction that puts people in foster care? I didn't know that till I read it. Heroin. Heroin.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't
Heroin.
even know what drug it was
Heroin.
because I was so young.
Of course, there's plenty others,
Yeah.
all kinds of things, but drugs, and I think probably a family history of this kind of thing, because if you haven't, like I said, you did not have an example of how to be a mama
Yeah.
at all.
No.
At all. But you are a very good mama, and Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
And very good mama to everybody else's babies.
I hope so.
You know? In fact, you were late this morning because you were busy holding
Watching
a baby,
somebody's baby.
watching a baby so somebody else could do Orange Theory Fitness. Now, that makes you and Kay very much alike. So, so Kay, what are your concerns about having a foster kid?
I just want this to be a good place for her. I know that they always say reunification with the parent is the goal, and that's kind of a long-range goal right now. I would selfishly love for her, she's a freshman in high school, would love for her to get to do all 4 years at school in my home.
Right.
So that it's been a stable 4 years prepping her for stepping out into adulthood.
But of course, you being the mama bear, that's what you want, but also you know at the core,
Yes.
the goal is, if it's good for the kid.
If it's good.
If it's good for the kid.
There was no going back for ours. My sister and I were, yeah. That was just a situation that wasn't ever going to be remedied.
And this situation doesn't look good right now.
Yeah.
And of course, things change, and mom's in my prayers, and as are we. And so, we'll, I just want to do the best I can and be the best good for her.
Yeah, that's really kind, Kay. I believe in being a service-oriented person and loving the world where I can. And it's so cool that we all have different gifts, because that's not something I could do. I can barely raise the kids I'm raising.
Well, and I think you are, though, in a way.
Because I'm raising grandchildren.
I mean, it's a thing. I personally, I thought about foster. I can't. I cannot do it. I can't relive it. And so when I see you or somebody else that's taking in children, I just love it. Or if I can go love on a girlfriend's baby, let her go to the gym, let her go to the grocery store, let her take a freaking shower. You know what I mean? All day long, I'll do that. My daughter-in-law needing to just clean her house. Just let me clean my house. I go stay with her for a week. I didn't help her clean her house. I held the baby so she could clean her house. It's just, those are the things that I feel now I can contribute. Where before, until I was 30, I didn't want to do anything nice for anybody.
I find that so hard to believe.
My whole life flipped at 30.
You really did flip, because
I
you
did.
were like, I mean, when I was shocked.
I was not a sweet girl.
When I found out that you grew up in foster care.
Me too.
Because
I've
shocked.
never, ever considered such a thing.
Yeah.
You probably, I'm just trying to think of all the sweet people in our company. We've got the sweetest people.
Oh, we do.
You probably could get voted the warmest. The absolute warmest as far as affection and tenderness and loving on babies and older ones.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that walks in the door, you want to make them feel loved and accepted.
I
do.
do.
You may be doing that because you didn't get it as a kid. Ooh,
Probably.
let's go deep.
Oh.
So that leads me to the next question. How do you think growing up in foster care shaped you in the kind of mother, wife, and grandmother you are? What do you think it did to you?
Wow. Well, I think as far as a mom, I probably overdid it as far as trying to, make sure they weren't out of my sight. They weren't doing things that I provided for them, but I was always on top of them, at the school. However, at Bryce's wedding that we just had a few years ago, one of his friends came up to me and said, "We always remember your house. It was always our safe place." And I always made my house available. At any given time, I would have 20 whatever boys at my house. You know, yes, their parents probably were not happy that they were jumping off my balcony into a pool or, you know, those things. But as long as they were at my house, that was my main goal. And then as a wife, just to not go off the rails, you know. I did a few times, but it was after 34 years of marriage. I think he was a pretty darn good catch.
Yeah. Because you've been married. How many years have y'all been
34.
married? Wow, that's so amazing. And Kay, do you think, because Kay, one of the things that I meant to say about you and ask about you, because you're a grandmother, you're a mother, you work, you know, all these things, and you're also a widow, because that plays into it too, because your husband, has it been 2 years now?
Almost 3.
Almost
December will
3.
be 3.
December will be 3 years. That's right. But do you think that being a widow and Greg no longer being here, it made you think, okay, where can I put my heart? Because I know I did that after Hugh died. So do you think that was part of it too? You wanted to love someone with your heart and be more of a blessing to someone else?
Maybe. But I know if Greg were still here, he would have
yeah.
flung the door open faster than I did.
Yeah.
You know, when he was here, we were like you. We were the home that kids came to.
Yep.
And when it was time to eat, we ate. We stretched whatever it was we had, and when we ran out of that, as kids were still coming through, Greg would begin to short order cook. He'd make grilled cheese sandwiches and eggs and whatever we had until the last one got fed. So yes, I think opening the house and loving is just an extension of that incredible love I've had in my life, and it does give me somewhere to pour it.
I remember when Hugh passed away, I remember thinking, and that's why I ended up at the prison for so many years. I remember thinking, I wasn't really thinking about, oh no, somebody's not loving me. I thought, oh no, who can I love? And that's why I ended up at the prison, you know. And now I just do it at Beachy Beach with all you crazy hooligans. So. But I know that I wonder, there's so many people that are good that do this. So many. But Barb pointed out something that's kind of sketchy. There really are a lot of people out there. And I think it's because I think there's over 400,000 kids that do not have a home.
So when we were trying to get our baby here in time for the first day of school, and it was getting close, and it was getting very sketchy on getting it done. And it's like, well, why is it taking so long? That's the question I'm getting. Why does it take? I said, because sadly, all the caseworkers are very, very busy. It is.
Her file's just sitting there. It's approved. It's just sitting there.
But somebody's got to have time to touch it. It's frighteningly sad how many children there are who need someone in their lives.
It's super. The sketchy part of this is that some of the foster homes are much worse than the homes these kids came from. And that's what's hard. One of the very first homes we went into, my sister and I were placed together. You know, they kept us in the shelter together for a year, I guess, because they couldn't find a home that would take both of us. One of those ladies, bless her heart, she's passed now, but she was just so mentally mean to my sister, you know. And because I was such a brat, she wasn't mean to me. You know, or maybe I just was mean back. I ended up just leaving the home and putting myself back in the shelter and leaving my sister there, which was rude, but she was older than me. But I couldn't take it. Like, I was like, I don't have to do this. I already did this.
Yeah, self-preservation. Yeah.
I don't even know if they can do that these days, though, because I just went to the principal of my school and said, I hate where I'm at and I want to go to the I already knew the drill, right? I want to go back to the shelter because they would let me go to a public school because I'd already been in the system, right? And let me play sports with the church and let me, do those things. So I didn't have to stay in a home if I didn't want to.
Right.
But that's also not a good thing, Right, I mean, she was an exception. She was mean, but there are good people and bad kids because I was definitely a bad kid.
Yeah, because there's a lot of but but you had no direction. I mean, your parents were drug addicts and all
Alcoholics
kind of crazy.
yeah.
And I think it was. Didn't you say that you hadn't even been to the doctor until you were how old?
Till I went into foster care.
Wow, that blows my mind.
Oh, no, I had sliced up my legs up falling down and busted my lip open, and my sister cut my hand open. Never went to the doctor. They just sewed it and did it. And
wow.
Oh my God.
It's awful. Being a part of the shelter, and I was one of the more mature ones, if you will. And I would help bring in babies, and they would just have cigarette burns all over their backs. They would have paint on their face from where they were forced to sniff paint, and to calm them, to make them stop crying. And they would have bruises on their heads where they've been dropped. And I mean, it's sad. I mean, the foster care system has a lot to deal with, and people don't see it, on
And that's
a
why
day-to-day basis.
we need more people like Kay who are willing to do it.
Amen.
I didn't know this, but Andy Stanley and his wife have been fostering kids. The pastor,
Wow.
They've been fostering kids for I think over 20-something years.
Oh,
They're really involved in fostering, and of course, the banana ball. The banana ball.
I love that. The banana fosters.
They call it the banana fosters. So there's so many organizations, and we'll make sure that in the show notes we link where people can be of help. And I'm thinking that what I want the audience here, you may not be in a situation where you've been foster care. You may not be in a situation where you can do what Kay's doing, but what we can do is always be a positive role model in the lives of people,
right,
and kids. Because I've noticed, like in my home, I'm raising 2 grandchildren, have since they were 4 and 6. They're now 13 and 15. And I am blown away by the kids that come to my house who don't have both parents or being raised by the grandparents. When I was growing up, that was the oddball.
Such a rarity.
And you know what I said when I was younger? I said, I'm not going to do that. When I heard about grandparents, I go, what kind of people do that? What kind of people raise their grandkids?
You.
Me kind of people. That's who does it. Me kind of people. But you don't know what life is going to give you until you get there. And then what you've done, Barb, which is so beautiful, you really have taken that life that you had, you've taken that adversity and turned it into something really wonderful. And then Kay, on the flip side, what you've done, you grew up in a fairly normal home, if there's such thing. I mean, your mother was a little grumpy, but
So we're not going there.
We're not going there today. But and she still has her daddy. Her 90, how much?
93. It'll be 94 in February. We
amazing.
I had a birthday recently, and so we all went to see him, and he was so sweet, so sweet.
He is so sweet,
and of course he hugged everybody, and our new girl was with us, and he wanted to hug her, but she kind of stood back, so he took her by the hand and held her hand and told her how welcome she was to the family, and then he kissed her hands, and it just blew her mind.
Stop it.
And so the girls were going to go do a little school shopping while they were there, and they called her to come over and handed her a little money to go school shopping. And she's going, are you sure? And I'm thinking, that is so funny. Of course he's sure.
Of course he's sure. Because how many times have you done that, Kay?
but it was just, it's
precious.
I forgot where I was going with, Daddy is just,
he's so sweet.
He's such a sweet man.
And you could always, I was teasing about her mom being grumpy, because, she was a little grumpy, but.
We really weren't teasing, but we were
but my point is, you grew up in a home where you were loved, you were cared for, you never missed a meal. We got dropped off at the First Baptist Church so we could attend choir. That's a question I have for you, Barb. Did you go to church during that time?
I
you
snuck out
be a really sweet
and went
Christian
to church.
lady.
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Your faith's very important.
I wasn't
to you.
allowed to. In fact, one time I got the beating of my life for going to church. Because the bus, they knew kind of my situation. I don't know why people don't report these things, but apparently they knew. And they would stop by on Sunday mornings down the street. I would sneak out, go get on the bus, and they would drop me off down the street, and I would come back. So that's kind of my thing. Yeah.
Because your faith's very important to you.
It's very
important.
Yes.
Your daily faith is a very important part of your life. And so is yours, Kay.
It is.
Very much.
Very important. And just another thing that I think we're going to be all right. That's what she said that when she first got put into the group home, she said, I didn't have anybody, so God became my support.
Oh, man.
And so she starts her day every day.
Oh,
So
I love that.
So I like to think we're going to blend together just fine.
You're going to be great.
I think you'll be just fine. And Kay doesn't know anything about money because all Kay thinks money for is to make it and give it away anyway. So I don't think we have to worry about that part of it.
No.
All right, girls, we got to wrap it up here pretty soon. So let me see what else. I don't want to make sure I didn't miss anything that I want to talk to. So I guess the thing is too, not everyone that's listening can foster, like I said, but what we can do is actually make life sweeter for a child in foster care. So if you can't foster a kid, maybe you go to someone who is fostering a kid, like your daddy did, and make sure that she has money for her school shopping. You know what I mean? That is so cool. I love that.
Keep in mind that when most kids come out of foster care and they come from a group home I went in, let's just say I went in with clothes I came in with, right? Like, and when I was trying to go to school, I had to wear the jeans and the little t-shirts that they give you at the home, right? I had to go to public school looking like that. So that's huge. And when I left foster care to go to my first foster home, I left with a black trash bag. So that is something, because none of my clothes fit me that I came in with, because of course I was this big run, never ate, never did it, so they have nothing,
right?
Literally nothing.
I hear that a lot. Suitcases are a great thing to donate to just foster in general.
Yeah, or a backpack.
And
hairspray.
I'll tell on myself, I made a major boo-boo this week. Major boo-boo this week. Because she came with the clothes she came with. Didn't fit the school dress code. So I'm out scrambling around looking for plain T-shirts and jeans with no holes and shoes and stuff. And I get this phone call. Are we still on for this afternoon? I completely forgot I had an appointment to go talk with somebody about a listing I called and said, "Oh shoot!"
But you were more interested in getting her.
So, and they were very, very, very kind about it. I know them, so it worked out well. But I told them what I was doing and said, "Oh no, you go do that. That's far more important."
Yes, it is.
So
important.
So I saw them the next day, and so we looked at pictures and talked about, and then got around to business. But it's like. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
And I was going to add too, a lot of children that have issues at home aren't in the foster system yet. Right. So go to any school anywhere if you want to do something for a child, and just ask them, is there a child that you are aware of that needs something? Trust me, there are many of them.
Well, the backpack blessings that
we're very involved with.
Yes, and it goes so much further than that. It does. Like clothing and a new pair of tennis shoes, or maybe the money for a field trip. Money for a field trip. Greg always told me any kid anywhere should never miss a field trip because of the money.
Yeah.
That he was always standing there with his hand in his pocket if there was any kid. So have a field trip fund that you offer a school. Pick a school, adopt a school.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love it. Well, you can tell that these girls have some big hearts, and that's why I love them. And that's why they work with me, because we kind of like to be sweet to each other and to help the world. And thank y'all so much, because I really, my only experience with foster care is you, Barb. I've never even really known anybody. And really so blown away how you've used all your adversity to help others. And I'm also blown away with you, Kay, because really as a child, you didn't really have that much adversity, but your heart is like someone who did, because you want to share out of the abundance of your heart. And that is so cool. I think that's why y'all like each other. And I think that's I think that's why I like y'all too.
Kay has so much grace for me.
She does. Wow.
She does.
Well,
she has a lot of patience.
She's practiced on me. Okay, let's just put that out there. She's already told you we've known each other since she was 10 and I was 12, and I am 67. So that's a lot of years, a lot of stuff. And I'm going to tell a funny story before we go because it's just fun. And Kay has tried to teach me that we can't judge others based on ourselves, even in good ways, good ways, bad ways, anyway. So when Kay was becoming a school teacher, Kay, first of all, I am like over the top enthusiastic. I'm like kind of
bouncing up and down.
I'm like Tigger.
You're Tigger.
I'm
Yes.
Tigger. I am Tigger. She's not Eeyore, but she ain't Tigger. So I had to do an evaluation for Kay when she became a teacher after I became a teacher. So you fill out this evaluation forms, and every single thing, she was a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10. And what did I give you on enthusiasm? Like a 7?
No, I think you were like a 4.
4? Because I truly didn't think Kay was that enthusiastic because she's kind of like very even keel.
I'm a still water that runs deep. Okay.
Yeah, she is. She's definitely a still water that runs deep, but she was still a still water. So therefore, I did not give her good points for it. She said, "What in the world is this?" And she said to me such true words. She said, "It is not fair for you to judge me on my level of enthusiasm based on your level of enthusiasm."
Amen.
And that taught me something. I don't know what that had to do with anything, but I think it does.
I think it does.
It does, because you really cannot judge people until you know where they came from.
100.
Yeah,
You cannot.
You have to know them and the background to
And their
understand-
story.
to understand the way they're moving forward.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool. So thank you, girls, for being here. Do y'all have
Thank you.
anything else you need to tell people before I thank a couple more people before we head on back out to work?
No, be
Oh,
sweet,
so-
y'all.
Be sweet. They know the drill. And we want to be sweet to Elysian Med Spa.
Yes.
Remember Elysian Med Spa?
Yes.
Botox and all the things. Kay
All
doesn't
the
do all that
things.
stuff, but you know.
All the things.
We might train her one day. And they do all kinds of stuff. They do hormones and all that stuff like that, which I definitely partake in. I'm very thankful for Ferrucci's and Something's Cooking. Have y'all
Love me some Ferrucci's.
You've eaten at Ferrucci's,
It's
right?
my favorite.
What's one of your favorite things to eat there?
That mozzarella ball
Yeah,
is
you
my
told me that before.
favorite. And
Yeah.
their lasagna.
You know,
So
they have
it's
good
my favorite.
pizza too. They have good
Why
pizza.
would I eat pizza when
I know, but they do have good pizza. I was shocked that they have really, really good pizza. And they've got one that's got honey on it or something. I haven't tried that
Oh,
one
I
yet.
did have that one.
Is it
I'm
good?
wrong. Yes. It
Yeah.
is so good. I had a piece of somebody's
Yeah.
pizza.
And do you know this about them? That, Kay, did you know this? They were the people that used to own Los Angeles.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I did know that.
And
That's right.
and they still have
Forgot
good
about that.
steaks. Because remember, they used to have a steak
Mhm.
night. They
Mhm.
still have really good steaks. So, yeah. So, check them out. And then Something's Cooking is, have you been to
I
Something's
have
Cooking?
yet to be there.
Okay.
Oh, it's amazing.
Guess what,
It
y'all?
is.
I've got a
amazing.
gift card. So, we will all go to Something's Cooking.
Oh,
Because it is so
Like
good. So, so, so good. And if you need furniture, you can go to Shore House Furniture.
love
I
Shore
think-
House.
Yeah. And my hair's cute because I use salon, in case you want to know. I got it done yesterday.
It looks,
It looks
great.
cute.
When she found out that my book signing, I guess I should talk about my book signing. I guess, well, it'll be after. Okay. But okay, if you miss my book signing, you can still go to Amazon. You can go to my office and buy a book. Joy is my favorite color is a title of the book. Oh, thank you, Barb. Thank you for that little visual. And girls, did y'all know that y'all can go to Amazon and give me a review?
Yes.
Oh, I
Even-
can?
Yeah, y'all can both go to Amazon and give me a review,
Okay.
even though
love
you
it.
didn't buy it from Amazon. Yeah,
No, I bought it from you.
you can do that. I
Yeah.
know. And
Okay.
but a lot of my swag.
I
Thank
love
you,
mine.
Barb.
I drink out of the coffee cup every morning.
I know it's cute. It
Out
really
of
is cute.
one of many coffee cups that I bought.
But it matches the book. It's adorable.
I
It's
like all
adorable.
the different colors.
I really do appreciate you girls. Y'all are really sweet,
thank you.
really amazing. And I am so grateful that I get to do life with y'all. And I'm so grateful that Kay and I are about to go play. We're going to convention Are we going to play golf? Or are we going to convention? Are we going to play a
convention? You should play
It's
golf.
a golf convention.
Yeah, golf. We're turning it into a golf convention. The real estate doesn't know that, but that's all right. We'll name it whatever we want to
We're
name
going to
it.
discuss real estate while we're on the
Yes,
golf
we
course,
will.
and that will make it official.
Absolutely official. Well, y'all, I enjoyed this time with you so much. And tell them again, what do I say when I sign out?
Be
sweet, y'all.